Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about what the essence of this channel is, and that's spirituality. This is a spirituality Q&A. If you like this video, please do hit a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, because I know you're watching and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button. So I'll give you a minute to you can just tap it now. And leave a lovely comment down in the comments below. So this is a double Feel Good Friday upload. I was sick, so we had to postpone one of them. I will leave the link for the other Feel Good Friday video, which is talking about manifestation and law of attraction. I'll leave that down in the description below. But let's get into answering your questions about spirituality. Someone asked, how do you know your spiritual path and what is for you? Okay, I feel like people really misinterpret spirituality. We are all having a spiritual experience. It's not something you get on and get off. You're just on it. It's life. Life is a spiritual experience. It's not something you're waiting in the car park and you're waiting for a cab to come, a spiritual cab to pick you up so you can go on that journey. You're already on that journey. If you're talking about practicing yoga, well-being, nutrition, self-care, because like I say, the list goes on, psychic mediumship, healing, Reiki, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. If you are talking about trying spiritual aspects, the only way you'll know that is to give them a go and try them. You'll know by the way it feels. A lot of spirituality, in fact all of spirituality, is about feeling. It's about energy, it's about vibration, it's about feeling good and getting rid of what doesn't serve you and what doesn't make you feel good. And you know that. You know what makes you feel good and what makes you feel bad because of how it makes you feel. And that's how you know what's right for you. But we all need to know, and you need to know, that even if you're not practicing yoga, you're not doing well-being, you're not a psychic, you're not a medium, you're not a healer, you're not a Reiki master, if you're none of those things and you don't do the stereotypical spiritual stuff, know that you are on a spiritual journey. We're all on spiritual journeys. It's life. People get very misconstrued about spirituality and think that because you're spiritual you can't like materialistic things. So people say, oh, you've got a really nice house but I thought you were spiritual, or you like going shopping but I thought you were spiritual, or you like spending lots of money but I thought you were spiritual. And the thing is, spirituality is living from within. It's living from what makes you feel good. So you can be someone who's highly spiritual but who enjoys materialistic things. There's nothing wrong with that, and I feel like you need to remove this stereotypical view of what people have as a new age spiritual hippie who's vegan and, you know, lives a pure plant-based life and doesn't ever go shopping and doesn't ever spend money. That's just a stereotypical putting spirituality into a box, and they like to do that because they like to detach you from being spiritual, because to be spiritual is to be enlightened, it's to feel powerful, it's to feel in charge, you know, it's to feel like, okay, this is my life and I can live it. There are people and things that don't want you to feel that way, and that's why they create these stereotypes. Someone asked how to open up more to allow communication from spirit. Okay, so for me this is a hard one to answer because I've always had communication from spirit, and I believe that everyone gets communication from spirit. It's just being aware of what that communication is. Do you see the same number all the time? Do you hear the same song all the time? Do you see things out of the corner of your eye moving? People keep saying the same things to you? A lot of spirituality and spirit trying to talk to you is repetition and synchronicity, because that's one of the easiest ways. Spirit will also, they can show up as animals, cats, robins, birds. They can show up white feathers falling. I've had that happen to me many times. Yeah, look out for repetition, look out for signs. Dreams, ask spirit to come to you before you dream. So before you go to sleep, just say, I would really love if you just came to me through a dream tonight. And when you wake up, write down the dream, because a lot of times we forget what our dreams are. But meditation is the very first thing I would recommend anyone to do. It's a very hard practice if you're not used to doing it, but once you start doing even 5 minutes a day, it will grow, and it will just allow you to become centered and still and purify your energy, so that spirit, it's easier for spirit to connect to you. Because imagine when we're just going through this hecticness of life and we've got all this stuff going on around us and we're like blindsided. Sometimes they're trying to communicate, but we can't see them. We can't see them, we can't hear them, because we're so focused. So you need to become still. Okay, someone asked, should you find a teacher or start really slowly with books, and what are good books to start with? I love this question, and the reason I love this question so much is because finding a teacher is something that never sat right with me, but I think it's a personal thing because I saw a fantastic psychic. She's the best psychic I've ever seen, I've ever been to, when someone's read for me. And she said, you know, I sat in a circle. She said, I sat in a circle and I'd recommend that you sat in a circle. And I was like, a circle is basically something where they teach and they allow you to enhance your spiritual and psychic gifts, but that's never sat right with me. It's just something that personally for me has never sat right, but for other people it's worked. And I think it's a personal thing. I think for me, I always knew that my journey was going to be self-guided with my spirit guides and my ancestors who have passed on, because most of my spirit guides are my ancestors. A lot of people prefer to have a teacher and a guidance and a mentor. Like, it depends how you like to do things, really and truly. And along my journey, I found amazing teachers who I will leave down below, but I just never met them personally. So like Iana Van Zandt, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Les Brown, Emma Privilege, Francesca Amber. Like, I've come across the most amazing teachers who have helped me in ways that I can't even imagine, who have guided me on my journey. But it's literally, spirituality and your journey with spirituality is such a personal thing. I would ask that you be really protective over it and that you treat it like a very precious jewel, as if you've just found a mountain of gold. Because that's how precious it is. It's not something that's up for debate. It's not something that's up for conversation. Okay, someone asked, how do I bridge the gap between spirituality that is still aligned with God? And I feel like this is something that people struggle with so much, spirituality and religion. Again, this is something that we are taught, and that spirituality and religion aren't one. It's hard for me to sit here and talk about all the religions because I don't know all of the religions and I don't know the basis of all the religions, but I do believe that within every religion there is a thread that runs through them, and I believe that spirituality is that thread. And if you look for the differences and you try and find the differences, you will find them. You will find the conflict between all different religions. But if you look for the love and the commonalities in each of these things, you will find that they are a lot more intertwined than you think they are. And the last question is how to know when it's really your intuition at work. Now, it depends what you're talking about in here, because the more you practice feeling your gut feeling and knowing your intuition and what that sounds like and what that feels like, you'll know it. You'll know it. Gut feeling and your intuition, it's all about strong. It's a strong feeling. It's something that doesn't go away. So for example, say you are working at a job and you don't like it and you get this feeling that you go there every day and you hate it. That is your intuition telling you. Your intuition is your inner guidance system. So that's your feelings, your emotions, your gut feelings, how you feel about things. That's your inner guidance system. It's guiding you. So when something feels bad and you don't listen to it, it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. That's how you recognise it. Feeling, it's all about practice. It's all about getting to know yourself. It's about spending a lot of time going within. It's a lot of self-development time. It's a lot of time that you invest in yourself. But if you're serious about it, you will do it. I really hope this has helped. I've loved doing this video. If you have any further questions on spirituality, then just leave them in the comments below and we'll get chatting down there. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you soon for another video, lovelies. Bye!